Get out.
Like, why do you look so good?
Get out. What's going on, guys? Mikey Zaps here, and welcome to a Rangers free agency recap. We're going to be looking at the players that left the Rangers from the 2015-16 offseason and see what kind of season they had with their new teams in the 16-17 season. As well, we're going to be looking at the Rangers that we got from the offseason. We lost Dominic Moore, Victor Solberg, and Eric Staal due to free agency. We also lost a big part of the D-court in Keith Yandle, as we traded him away to Florida for some draft picks. And we obviously traded away Derek Brassard for Mika Zibanejad. We'll start with Derek Brassard and the trade that probably shocked the Rangers in the offseason. In the 15-16 season, Derek Brassard had probably one of the best seasons of his career, scoring 27 goals, leading the Rangers with a total of 58 points. This year, the regular season for Brassard was kind of a lousy one. He only had 39 points with 14 goals, but of course he teared it up in the playoffs. We lost Dominic Moore to the Boston Bruins, one of the better centers that we've had in the past few years. In around the same amount of games, Dominic Moore had 25 points this season compared to last season when he only tallied 15. The Rangers acquired Eric Staal during the 15-16 trade deadline from the Carolina Hurricanes. In 20 games played for the New York Rangers, he only had 6 points with 3 goals and 3 assists on each side. This year with Minnesota, he completely teared it up, tallying 65 points with his new club. Victor Solberg, signed by the Carolina Hurricanes during the offseason, was traded to the Ottawa Senators this year during the trade deadline. Solberg, having 20 points last season, only had 16 this season. At the 2016 NHL entry draft, the Rangers traded the rights of Keith Yandle to the Florida Panthers. Keith Yandle had 5 goals this season, 5 goals last season. The only difference was 6 points, as he had 47 with the Rangers last season and only 41 with the Panthers this season. Overall, with the players that the Rangers lost during the offseason, I believe that they had a very strong core coming in with the signs that they made. Let's start off with probably the best offseason signing in the league this season with Michael Grabner. Last year with the Maple Leafs, he only had 9 goals and 9 assists, totaling with 18 points. And yes, I know Toronto last season especially was a struggling team. But Grabner being a former 30-goal scorer, you would think with his speed in Toronto, he can actually thrive and make some goals happen. And that's exactly what Alain Vigneault hoped when they signed Michael Grabner for the 16-17 Rangers. 27 goals, 13 assists, good for 40 points on the year from Michael Grabner. So I think Grabner personally was probably the best off-season acquisition, not even by the Rangers, but in the entire league. Coming over from Florida and Anaheim last season, Brandon Pirri came to the Rangers poised and ready to go. Brandon Pirri, 29 points last season combined with Florida and Anaheim. He only had 18 this year for the Rangers. He had a very hot start, but as the season went on, he was decreasing. They ended up scratching him a few games in a row and didn't play at all in the playoffs. On to Mika Zibanejad. His final season with the Senators, he tallied 21 goals, 30 assists, and 51 points. Good enough for a career high. Zibanejad this season missing a lot of time with injury. Only had 14 goals and 37 points in total. Personally, I think he was one of the better Rangers not only during the regular season, but in the playoffs as well. He was tearing it up in the playoffs. He had an amazing overtime winner in Game 5 against Montreal that really helped the Rangers move on and beat Montreal in Game 6. We'll move on to some defensemen now that the Rangers signed. Regular season offensively wise for Adam Clendening, it was a much better year than last year. Even though it was only a 5-point difference, he had 11 points this season compared to last season with Edmonton where he only had 6. Another trade that the Rangers got for defensemen during that offseason was Nick Holden. Defensively, Nick Holden didn't have a great season, but offensively, it was probably one of the better seasons in his NHL career. Last year, Nick Holden had 22 points. This season, he had 34, a much better year offensively for him. Now, however, you would love for him to play some better defense in the playoffs, but what are you going to do? So compared to last season, the Rangers, who got booted out in the first round by the eventual Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins, went out in the offseason, picked up a few guys, and they had a much better season than they did last year, in my opinion. Michael Grabner was probably the better offseason signings, was a major boost for the Rangers. He always had that speed. He has that speed to go up the ice with the puck and without the puck. You could put him shorthanded, but he'll never be on the power play. He was one of the top leaders in even strength goals, and for a Ranger standpoint, that is very good. The Rangers made a lot of good off-season moves last season. With the expansion draft coming up and the NHL draft coming up, the Rangers are going to have to make some moves or they're going to probably lose a player or two. I'm going to have my full recap and opinions when that happens, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, boys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you later.